I wrote a little song. It's Friday night and I didn't get paid today. Yeah. It's Friday night and I didn't get paid today. Started some drama at my work. Now people think I'm a jerk. Didn't get paid today. I lost 1K. Yeah, yeah, 'cause I didn't get paid today. Went from making 5,000 a week to now I might have to get pretty cheap. I lost 1K today. I lost 1K today. I didn't get paid today. I lost 1K today. My show went on hiatus. I lost 1K today. Might lose more next week. I lost 1K today. My show is on hiatus. Ah! On hiatus. But do they hate us on hiatus? Do they hate us on hiatus? Ah! I had to think because I went to the store to get myself some snacks. And I realized they are losing $1,000 a day. Could y'all lose $1,000 a day? That's what I want to know. Now, I'm sure, Cigarette Reynolds has her things with herself. Ooh, it's tough not to say things. But, for real, you couldn't play nice for $1,000 a day, $5,000. You ain't even got to really look at these people. You can look in the camera. So I want to open up the line. Let's open up the lines. Let's open up the lines. What would y'all put up with for $1,000 a day, $5,000 a week, $250,000 a year in this economy? Because we were talking earlier and one of our guests said it's not worth my peace. I'm peaceful when bills are paid. Those P's go together. When my bills are paid, that's when I am at the utmost peace. When rent isn't an issue, that's when I'm at peace. That's when my soul is soothed. That's when I can sleep at night without grinding my teeth. I was like, where's Bronx? I didn't say that. But who wants to shimmy on in the room and let me know what you would tolerate for $250,000 a year? Because I'm sorry, there is no way it could be that bad. And it's really sad that my lasagna is done and I got to slide off and go get it. Hold on. Thank goodness I got on panties. Okay. That's the benefit of having a very well laid out studio. You can get to your kitchen and get right back. But because really, even that roast, you could call me everything you want. You can't call me Paul. You can say you can't talk about my failed marriage. I got enough money for a new marriage. You can say I'm two-faced. I can afford extra guacamole for both faces. For both sides of my face I talk out of. And I may not be able to pronounce it, but I can afford it. So I wouldn't be hurt. I wouldn't be trying to turn this into a quick cash grab if I was Cigarette Reynolds. I wouldn't. I would try to become a better broadcaster. I mean, no show really lasts forever. Like, you lucky if you can get some years out of it. Now it's another thing if you own the show. Claudia, really Fox, I think, owned the show. Like, it was Claudia's brainchild, but it was something that could have been a beautiful springboard. I mean, look what it did for Dineva. Shot him to, it's like now he's making probably two of y'all salary. Actually, he said in his article in Forbes that he is making $500,000. So he went on and just picked up another salary. Fox Soul picked up Mess. The real loser here, the real loser is Fox Soul. Because now let's think, because I said this before, but it bears repeating. If they could afford to pay 3 hosts $750,000, and the show was on YouTube, Roku, DirecTV. What's that other one? There's another one that it's on. Amazon Fire Stick, Air Channel TV. It's out there. And they getting that ad revenue. How much was Fox making off that show? How much was Fox making off of it for them to switch it from a weekend show to daily? Now, I heard through the grapevine that they said the salaries for the Cocktails with Queens were too top heavy. I think the women on the show were top heavy, but I don't think the salaries were. I mean, that's why you had an audience and you had viral moments, because we care about Vivica Fox and Lisa Ray. We care. I mean, when Lisa Ray got on there with the brat, her sister, and gave you family drama akin to the Braxtons, you need to pay. You need to pay. Really, it's Fox cheap ass soul that's fucking it up. You know what? I'm gonna see if we can take Pop Roast over to all black or Tubi. I don't think Zeus would be in line with our values as black people, as gentlemen, and as thinking beings, because we ain't gonna get on there and fight each other. That's Zeus would be like, okay, so when are you gonna scrap? They're like, what do you mean it's not that kind of show? Like, no, we're actually friends. Like, we'll eat. You can watch us do that. Oh, good, Pisces. Tell us, in this economy, what would you put up with for $250,000?
The way my life and my finances have been.
Speak
As
in this
late,
recession.
as late. It could be the water sport for me for it all. The way pretty bad out here for your girl. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
So a roasting, child, please. And
That's
again,
nothing. That's
I would,
nothing. That's
you
oh,
know
I could
what?
pay a bill on time.
Pay a bill. Time doesn't matter. Pay a bill.
I have a shiver down my throat. Tupac said that. It feels good putting money in your mailbox.
Mm.
I wish I could, man.
I mean, there is just no, like, I don't even have to be in the room with you. But also, like, I'm wondering, ooh.
That's so true. You don't have to be in the room. Have we gotten
Wait, this is
soft
what I
as a
wanted to say.
society?
I would be on my Monique from Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of Nene's friends. Remember the girl who said, I didn't feel red? That's exactly what I would have said. I would have counted my money. I would have counted that $1,000 I made for that hour, that $1,000 an hour. I would have counted that $1,000 and said, I feel
I
rich.
don't feel red. I don't feel
red.
red.
I feel rich. I don't feel roasted. I feel rich. I feel like I'm going to dinner.
I get to feed myself to, but you know what?
Hell, you can order DoorDash and tip.
Let them let them see how hard it is in these streets. Because sometimes that's what folks do. They forget, especially, when you have a good job. When you have a good job and then you just start getting in the mindset, well, everything runs this way because your life has been running this way. I mean, I don't know. Al hasn't touched a 9 to 5 in a long time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had me convinced.
People have literally been roasted for free. Free.
Touche. I will stand by the comment. I will stand by the comment. I don't feel like this cast has been together long enough for a roast.
Right. You've got to really have that, like, I've been there for you. You're my, like,
Exactly.
I mean, Chris and I would
They're
say,
not sympathy card in. You know what I mean? Into this work relationship dynamic.
like, Chris has been there for me for horrible things I mean, horrible, horrible, like real life stuff. So I would definitely trust him with the roast, and he would trust me with real, because you know what I would make fun of him about? Liking Raising Cane's and Janet Jackson. And you know what he would make fun of me
But
about? Janet Jackson
Janet
and something
Jackson.
else.
But it's that rapport. It's a rapport that's built over time. It's feeling each other out. You know, I mean, I guess it's not good. It's not good to assume, but when you have time with the person, you kind of know their button topics, what they'll play with, what they won't play. You kind of, I mean, if you're an observant person, and if y'all been together for some time. So I don't think this group of people, they didn't, they just hadn't been together long enough. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, like, would they do the roast with Madison? Would they try? Would they not try? Would someone have material for, like, someone else? Like, could
I mean,
this?
I feel like I feel like you. I feel like Madison makes fun of herself,
She does.
so she would be, but because she's a true professional, and also the
True.
way she lives her life so out loud, there's nothing you can come at her with, because she will always hit you back with the, I'm going to need you to take a white washcloth right now, put hot water on it, and wipe it betwixt your cheeks, and if it comes out clean, then we can have a conversation.
Basically. Basically. Basically.
If not,
Basically.
you have bigger concerns. So I feel like with someone like that,
It's a
I would
personality
roast.
difference. It is a big personality difference. And then I suppose, you're doing this one to the more reserved person on the show. Well, I don't know. That's the setup.
I never watched.
Same.
I mean, I don't watch because I have my own show to do. So I'm
And
busy.
it's not
It's
once it
nothing
becomes
personal. It's I can't come
once
up
it
with
becomes work, you
three.
probably shouldn't watch because you don't want you want your opinion because you're going to cover the same stuff. It makes sense to me.
Right.
It totally makes sense to me. I mean, I watched when Doniva was on. He but then and after and that was it had to be something. But there
I
had to
thought
be
it
like one
would.
of his clips, something I wanted his opinion on or whatever. I wanted to hear what he had to say. Then I go back and watch the show. I can't sit here and say I was totally loyal, hopelessly devoted. I wasn't.
I mean, I wasn't hopelessly devoted to either of the shows. I did watch when Funky was on. Like, I don't think I ever did like a whole episode, but there were clips that, like, I would like there were clips that I would cover on
Precisely.
Pop Roast, so I definitely saw those. Um, there haven't been any clips that I've covered on Pop Roast since the cast change up, but that just may be because things have been dry for the past 2 months, and that ain't nobody's fault. So
I
I'll
do feel
point
like
that
that.
out too before anybody tries to say I'm shady. Ain't nothing
No,
really big. Like honestly, the last big news was when Funky left the show at the top of the year.
yeah, that's it. That it. That's it. That was like that was a little bit of everywhere. And I don't know, I just feel like it's just been quiet, man. It's been quiet or it's been heavy or I don't know, they kick a story to death. That's I mean, I was done with Diddy after the video. I didn't need any more.
Oh, Armand said it wasn't the roast, but that Lunel digged a new hole into Al. Okay, because that's true, because Lunel definitely brought up his lavender marriage to Star Jones. Now, I'm not under
It was
anything today,
bringing that
so
up again.
I can talk about
Did
his
all of that happen in the same week?
being married to Star Jones. You know, honestly, hold on. If it wasn't the same week, I want to say like I want to say, let's see, because we filmed Saturday. So it happened like I think maybe Lunel was on like Wednesday or Thursday, and then the roast happened Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
No, the roast happened Thursday. So Lunel might have
I
been
thought she
on
come first.
Wednesday or
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, florist.
Oh,
Hola.
What would you put up with for $250,000 a year?
oh, but I like
Wait, what, hon?
It's
We can't
going
hear
in and out.
nothing.
No.
Yeah, in and out.
I'm on.
Child, it's in and out like the cast of this show. It's giving us TGIF right now. It's
Oh,
Destiny's
Lord.
Child. We can't hear
Does everybody
nothing.
the
Every,
Claudia? I don't want to be that.
I mean, this is almost going the way of the Queen's Court. And the fact, now, this is the really upsetting part, though. Y'all, $250,000. A quarter.
This is kind of it. This is very like what is up with people and fumbling the bag? It's I don't know. Like I don't know if there's something in the moon or something. Cause Kenya,
Well,
whatever.
also now hold on. Now Fox is known for getting good black shows and then what? Them up. And they did that with Cocktails with Queens rather than pay the ladies what they were worth and keep a good, because honestly, with Cocktails with Queens and TGIF, they were fucking killing it. They were strong views, strong ratings, but I mean, maybe I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me, so maybe they weren't making enough. But I also know these networks are cheap and they
Fair.
don't want to spend the money. Also, it's an app, so it could have been fed by venture capital money, and then it's like, okay, this ain't turning a profit, so we gonna have to do something a little more budge. That
Right.
happens too. That happens too. So
Where they
I want
have to
all
turn a
bases covered.
profit.
What?
I said like so they have to turn it can't be a project of love or an investment. It has to be they have to turn the profit or just cut. Is that what
I feel like
you're saying?
the investment was the venture capital money when it first started,
Okay.
and then and also it started during the Pasagasa, and that meant it was a lot. It was one, all of your money was focused on online projects because all your regular projects were scrapped, so there was money for things like that. and you wanted to have something that nobody else had. So it was worth it then, but now that people got outside, maybe, it's probably, and also it could be a mix of all of these things. But it's still Fox letting two great black shows go to hell. Because had they just gone on, and I mean, I don't think Funky Dineva's demands would have been even at the $500,000 level. I think he probably just wanted an extra, maybe 75, an extra. If they had given him an extra 75, he probably would have gone right along with it and called it a day. Maybe even 100, and be like, we'll do 100, but we've got to keep this for 2 years. Like, you could have just,
he did say he felt offended that
they weren't going to budge.
Right. They didn't even try to play ball. That's how much. Okay. I got it. You ain't even offer him like 2% more.
A cost of living increase.
Mm-hmm. And then why not? You're not paying for a building.
And I feel like they could have said, okay, we're going to give you, I feel like too, you're a business. Like, give him a company car. Give him
I was thinking, but you can't do that. He's not. But where are they? Everybody's at home. So this is like, well, you got to shell out the money, because what can you give? You can't.
This is Fox. This is a big network.
I forget that. I do forget that. I'm treating it like you can.
You know what they could have done? They could have done what NBC does with all of their talent, and been like, okay, we have relationships with BMW. We're going to put you in some BMW ads and get you a free BMW as a part of, continuing on with this. We can't get you more money, but how about we get you more work, and then they'll pay you for the commercial too. There are so many other ways to skin a cat where it's like, y'all didn't offer nothing.
Right. Employee perks. Right. That makes sense.
Because I remember Whoopi Goldberg, I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been on Oprah, or it might have been a special or an interview. But she talked about how Elizabeth Taylor taught her how to make sure in your contract, studios get you gifts. They get you something, or also you negotiate it where it's outside of your contract. But Elizabeth was like, oh no, I had them buy me this, I had them buy me that. Because studios will like get you gifts, get you perks as a part of your contract, where it's like, okay, you can't go up in money, but because you're, who you are, you have access to certain things. You have, a suite at this, exotic vacation place, and access to a private jet where you can fly my happy ass and write it off.
Right. They could have yachted him.
Right, exactly. They could have yachted him. And these are like real perks that you give high-end talent. And let's be honest. And I am wondering, we haven't really seen a decrease in the views in on YouTube. Because they're on so many different platforms. Well, I would say
that blew my mind. That blew my mind. I did not like the numbers on YouTube. They don't no, that's not it. You have to give it more credit and more thought. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It really is a TV show, because it's like that new Air TV.
Right.
Okay, we're going to try Flores again. Let's hope this works. Hello? Yes.
Hello.
Okay, much better. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so to answer your previous question, I said for $200,000, I will work with the devil himself.
Oh God, Lord. Come on now.
But
I'm there. I received that.
I will be like you and Chris, where I have to be paid for travel. I have to be paid for silence, to not, spread the business to the street.
A quiet
It'll
You'd
be
have to pay for their silence.
Yes, because unless
that.
we would have stuff like this where, like, I don't care if Al is an asshole. If I'm being paid correctly, I'm not going to say nothing. So, like, you can be right and wrong at the same time where, oh, okay, you spilled tea, you said your truth and all that, but now look what's happening. I don't know. It's just $200,000.
$250.
$250. My bet $250. Oh,
$250.
That's dumb. That's just stupid to me. In this economy, in this country, where
we're
not
going, not even in this economy, where we potentially are headed for the next 4 years and probably beyond.
Bastard out with,
but I mean, you want to be able to have something. You want to be able to have a little something, and that is much better than
but also that's with their YouTube money. So that's an extra. So you know that's
it platforms you to make money on the back end in another way. So you definitely should be earning 2 checks off this check and something else,
and a future check, because guess what? This is a platform for you to network for your next employer or your next coworkers or your next project.
Oh, now this is definitely a reason that I'm like, ooh, I'm happy I'm not on the show right now, and I don't know if coming into that cast would be cohesive or conducive, because I would want to be able to leapfrog from this show to the next.
Exactly.
Like I wouldn't want
don't want to attach yourself to something that's sinking.
I feel bad for Armon because now it's the first major show you're on, or I don't know if this is his first major show or not, but network show. It's attached to this, drama and hiatus, and it was the truth is it was messy when you came in because Fox didn't handle business because I what boggles my mind my mind is someone being on a show, not having talent that was going to be on a show and not having them have the contract through the show. That is unheard of.
It's amateurish.
It's beyond amateurish. It's like saying, okay, we're going to do a reality show, but you only have 3-month contracts, so you can just leave. They have you sign 10-year, 5-year contracts where look, if you going to stay on the show, if we need to use you, we going to use you, and you ain't going nowhere else.
What in the Mona Scott Young hell? What? Oh no, that
was a fumble on them that Funky did. What sometimes you have to manipulate when your prey trip, you pounce on them.
I feel like either you should have gotten when this happens on national news shows. Nobody has a contract that just ends in the middle of the new season. Everybody has their contract, and either they come back for the new season, Housewives. Either you get your pickup letter and you come back for the new season, or you may be a friend of where you're here and there, but they never have somebody that's just, oh yeah, we're gonna just drop you in the middle of the season.
Alex, just sideway, what color of the envelope would be a friend of the cast, actual housewife, and your drop from the network letter? Kenya probably got a scarlet letter for her suspension.
No, Kenya got an email saying
you get a post-it like Big did Carrie. You get a poster. You get it on a poster.
I think it was just a very short email saying thank you for
For your
services.
services.
The Shawnee O'Neal.
I just can't believe it. I'm just
Wait, I'm sorry. You can't believe that Kenya Rent a Man More made a poor choice.
She's been on for 10 years, right? 10 plus.
I wouldn't have thought that Kenya would have risked the brand, the business. It's not even that she did this.
Yes.
It's not even that. It's not even the stunt she pulled. And I make no excuses for it, but I'm just going to say them pageant girls get ugly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
do you
pageant
really not think that can you not push someone down a flight of stairs?
That pageant life, they get nasty to each other. And it's a little niche. It's its own little pocket.
I also have to say there is precedent for this.
Yes.
On $1 Million Listing, one of the agents played Frederick Elkland's porn that he did in Germany. Now, this was in the 10s. Like, I can't remember. Like, it was like, might have been the aughts, might have been the 10s. Somewhere
Bravo could do anything. And
where reality show could do anything. And there were this also is before revenge porn.
The laws.
This is before I think it was even a thing, or it was just barely starting to happen, and there were no formal laws against it. So this was able to go on. They blurred it. Now, a decade later, the world is a different place. And this was like, I think Kenya thought, oh, well, it happened before. It's like
I don't even know if it was that. I don't know if she went that deep into. I think I am curious.
Nobody
to know what happened.
And let's be honest, Kenya is of that age where she's just like, and not even to age shame her, she probably wasn't aware that these laws, one, existed, or two, even tried to like make sure like, hey, if I do this on national TV, I'm not going to be.
Wait a minute. Kenya victim put him out more? Doesn't know a law?
No. Kenya will hit the Google to be.
For what?
I just think do not know what happened. What this person, and it maybe it could be nothing, but whatever Kenya is perceiving that was done to her that was wrong, I think it just sent her in a twirl. Because, like I said, I'm not even surprised at what she did. It's the
we don't know how the season's going. Like,
it's the where she did it. It's the where she did it. It's the timing.
Well, the season is on pause. Kenya
I'll be so pissed.
She may not even. And then it's crazy. We may not even know. We may not get this.
This is another bag fumble story where she's.
But that's what I mean. That's what like. Why are folks fumbling the bag like this?
Like, Kenya, now? Like, here's the thing. I think she's an amazing mom. Like, I follow her on Instagram. Brooklyn's adorable. Why can't you focus on that? Why are you focusing on this? Let's be honest. How old is this?
I think the business would have been more of a story. I think focusing on the bit for the show's sake. You have to have.
Now, my question is this a grand reopening of the Pink in Chattahoochee, Tennessee? Or is this like
July 5th, honey,
opening because they didn't show it last season? They only gave you a little bit. And honestly, I feel like Bravo was trying to phase your lumpy butt out last season because you give nothing.
Oh, so it was like a Wild West, like
desperate
like a shootout.
club.
Where it's like, who's going to shoot first?
And I am not anti-Kenya. I just want Kenya to give us something more. Now, you can't give us a husband. I don't know why. That's between you and the Lord.
She wanted a sperm. That's what she wanted.
No, I think she wanted a husband, and I think she wanted a
I
husband
think
that
she
would be a
wanted a husband.
Why
I
couldn't
think
she find a man in Atlanta that would pretend to be her husband that could also pass for intelligent and heterosexual?
I mean, then
She
she'll
couldn't
have
find it.
Portia's husbands.
I don't think she can afford
No.
what's in her budget. What's in the budget to
You
thrust
really think
into
Mark or whoever that man was she was sleeping in the car with was like asking for that much?
Mark
No, that's
got the hell away from her. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he's got that restaurant in Brooklyn, but also that now here's the thing about Mark. I don't know, like I do think he has money because and I've heard he worked in tech. Oh, okay, he really did work in tech because he has no social media footprint.
Mhm.
Nobody talks about him. And that means he's probably paid off everybody. We don't know them kids.
Yes.
We don't know nothing about him. And it's been that way forever.
his story come and go. I thought he was getting a little reality show, though. I thought he was getting a little
He probably planted that rumor just to piss her off.
Oh yeah.
Or to not pay child support. Because
I don't get that vibe from Mark. I get like, why are you putting me in our business in the press?
No, he's not doing like it's not a Simon T. He likes to get he's definitely gone back to work and got on.
He doesn't. I could see him writing code and maybe doing island apps, and that's probably how he's making that money. Like he does island apps or something. But I just.
But I'll be so
it's
mad.
It's interesting how quiet that is, and I feel like he probably said, "Kenya, you got money, you can pay for this, baby. You wanted a donation anyway, so you treat me like crap." Because when have we seen Kenya be consistently nice to anyone other than Brooklyn?
Cynthia.
Consistently. Well, that's not nice. That's protecting your check.
It's back to back. I think. No, okay.
It's interesting you say back when Cynthia doesn't have a spine.
Oh.
It's easy to be nice to your mirror image and your flunky.
Exactly. Honestly, I think Cynthia uses Nene and
they give me like a predator, not predator prey, but like what are those birds or fish what are those fish that like the pilot fish that hang on to the sharks and clean their teeth?
Symbiotic?
Yeah, that's what Cynthia and Kenya are. Kenya's the shark.
I think you're more right, Pisces. Yeah.
They're more like a parasite.
Or like one of those fish that
they have to hook onto their host and get life from their host.
Yeah, I think Cynthia used Nene and Kenya to like speak or be as more charismatic than she could ever be. Like she's beautiful, but like I don't think she's that.
And Penelope Thomas Bailey.
Oh God, that was the biggest.
Cynthia knew how, as a model, how to paint a picture on reality television of her as this perpetual, beautiful victim surrounded by chaos.
Yeah, the damsel.
Peter be like, hey, say this for me.
The damsel.
Oh, yeah.
And Peter was a good villain.
Yeah. Spending her money.
I do believe he gave her like at least 2 extra seasons for sure. She could have been.
He did though. He gave her life though, because without Peter, what were you going to give?
Yeah, all her conflicts were basically with the other women.
Or with her family, her and her sister. That was what we were given during the Peter time. And her and Peter broke up, and she didn't stay on the show very long after that.
I mean, I laugh every time Peter tried to like come back and it's like, Why you
Not
kicking me
too
out,
long. I mean,
baby? Why you cutting off
she
the
stayed on
purse
the show
string?
long enough to have that marriage to Michael, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
oh
gonna
That
God.
say
gentleman.
she had a whole nother marriage. Cap Lake Bailey. Wait, I don't know if she took a season off or not. I think she
I
stayed
think she,
strong
Wasn't she fired?
until
or she got her stride because she built her core fan base
That's true.
already. She already had her supporters, which probably made her feel more secure too.
Wait. Honestly, hold on. Cynthia, again, a smart girl. She
And then
painted
she
the
beefed
picture
with
as the
Nene after
damsel.
that, so she came
She
back
Mm,
stronger.
she took all of Nene's fans when Nene left.
Exactly.
True.
Her and
Exactly.
Marlo. Because
We
they
wanted
Marlo
to
in the
see
same line.
her.
And
I'm
I
not
can replace
Marlo.
Nene with all of her big energy.
We wanted to see her start to stand up for herself and, you know,
Oh, and then
put me.
Marlo trying to be a change of life, whatever,
Oh,
Munty,
For what?
Funty,
Oh,
those kids are right
Floozy.
back where they were before.
Child, them
exactly.
Like that
renovated.
was a couple
Don't do
odd
that to
couple
them
weeks.
children.
How
I
how
hope
many Johns do you
she
think she
paid
has
them
right
kids.
now?
She paid them kids an excuse rate of probably $95 a day.
And that is generous for her.
An extra bag of hot chips.
Oops. With
Some Takis.
$1 Arizona iced tea.
Some Takis in Arizona and told them thanks.
That see, can we
Thanks.
give it up for Marlo? Let's clap for Marlo for being so charitable. Mm.
Oh, she probably got some pop stickers from Trader Joe's.
Okay, let's not go too far.
I do wish Cynthia would have been a friend of the show on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, no, she
feel
can
like
be an
her
actual
and
housewife
Garcelle
over
would've-
there. I think.
I feel like Garcelle, I don't know, it sounds I guess Garcelle has an ally in Sutton. But I want someone to get Garcelle step it up.
The activating.
Garcelle's fashions this season were really.
Who doesn't like her?
I love her as a person, but her fashions are.
I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
She's like-
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because I'm the one with the part in the room.
Mhm.
Sis has gotten a little fluffy.
Mm.
And I just don't know if she knows. Just because it does not have to be a thing. It does not have to be a thing.
I gotta stop you.
I don't know.
I talked about how great her fashions were her first season. And here's the thing, fluffy.
She was a different size her first season.
But
Really?
that doesn't have anything to do with that red Kool-Aid wig.
She's young.
Okay.
That wig.
You know, she still got her groove on.
Ain't got nothing to do with each other. We got to start with the wiggle.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think,
but you want to know what? But I feel like it's not I feel like it's not a bad thing. I don't know if she likes it.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense. I don't know if she likes it. So then she's not picking or agreeing or saying like.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Garcelle.
I don't care if she likes it. You're on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You're dressing for the audience. You're not dressing for yourself.
Agree.
You can be comfortable on your own time with as much money as you're getting paid. I want to see fashion. I want to see heels. I don't care if you're comfortable.
Oh, she doesn't even have
I
to.
prefer you not to be, so you can sit up straight.
You can wear a nice slide, a nice, a flowy,
but then she's also hanging with Sutton. She's also hanging with Sutton.
Now here's the thing.
She has a cat sweatshirt already. It's been
Sutton
gifted to her.
Is a terrible
it's just a matter of time before she pulls it out.
I saw Sutton at BravoCon, and here's the thing. You don't really notice what Sutton has on because of her jewelry.
And I like
jewelry
that.
can only
I
take you
like
so
that. I
far.
like that. I'm not
Or
mad at that.
you didn't, Bloomis,
She likes her jewels more than, and
Yeah,
yes,
I agree
you
with
I
didn't
get
that.
that.
see
Yes.
you didn't see the $4 million she had on.
Yeah, she wore like something that would cost more than my whole life. I agree.
That's that side of fashion, which I
Hmm.
like. I do like. I like
So
that.
yes, I think yes, Garcelle gets a little brunt because we like her and we want more from her. We want more, damn it.
Exactly. We
But
just want
And
more.
Sutton is such.
oh, here come Uncle Mike.
What's going
Forgive
on,
me for
guys?
saying this, but Sutton gives me like
Old
someone
school.
who you would think has awful politics. Like she wouldn't think of us as a human being just from her
Oh,
fashion style.
we got
But she's
Backpedal
not.
and Pussy Pop in the room.
Mm.
I remember those lives too.
Mm.
Uncle Mike, what would you tolerate for $250,000 a year?
What'd you call it? It wouldn't be Cigarette Reynolds at all.
Cigarette Reynolds. Ooh, that's going to be infamous.
I can't beef out and be so mad at
Mhm.
someone who lives on the phone or through the internet. That's another thing. I'm like, we've gotten so real and it's taken up so much that in my mind, I'm forgetting that no, these people aren't at an office together where,
Mhm.
I might see you in the bathroom and I've really got to fight the urge to jump you. Y'all is at home.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by have we really gotten this soft in the 2024? Like, y'all
I'm
is at home. It should not. It should not.
like Sandra, come to the stall real quick. I need to talk to you real quick because
Like that
reckless.
one person that keeps sending that one email and then that real quiet day in the lunchroom when you're asking yourself, is it today? Or you're on that slow elevator ride with them. Is it now?
On the 7th floor or the 8th? Like
You should happen to be venturing to the parking structure at the same time. This is space and opportunity.
yes.
They are in different time codes.
Yeah. The internet has saved many of people with reckless mouths for sure. And like, I mean, I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 95. So I was raised without the internet and with it for
That's a
bit.
blessing. That's a blessing.
Yes. So I'm aware of what to do and not to do with the internet. Like I've seen the highs and lows. So I'm really perplexed of people who are older than me that are not understanding this simple concept. And it's fascinating to me. It's like if I ever make it, I know what not to do.
I mean, I myself got into some mess and was hot-headed, but
But you were in the right.
No, it's not. No, really, it wasn't any of my business. I should have been focusing on making my own show better than anybody else's life. So no, I was not in the right. I should have been minding my business.
You grew. You matured.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
Exactly.
we all have to. There is, I mean, you had to crawl before you took off.
And when I
You
say you were
went.
right,
You
Alex,
got
I
up.
meant like you weren't doing anything with malicious intent. And that's why I've been watching you for these many years. I mean, well, I don't know everything about you. I'm not gonna let me stop. But from the way you present
No, there was
yourself.
no malicious intent at all.
None.
Malice
Not at
is the
all.
difference between I'm not going to let this person
Saint
try me.
Diane. Saint Diane over here.
Diane.
Saint Diane.
Mhm. It's just like, I don't know. I think you're a joy to be. I think if I met you in real life, I think you would be a joy. You know.
Cheers to that.
That's just me.
No, cheers to that. Agreed.
Thank you, Pisces.
I'm a lot.
That's okay. I am too. I get it.
But I just wanted to come up and say real quick, I've been watching you for the past couple hours talk about this from your pre-recorded videos, Alex, and I agree with you. And to y'all's point, I don't think it's about proximity so much as it's about a person doing overtime to create a narrative that benefits them exclusively from the group. I think that Alex is on the head, and why it's so difficult for them to get along is because it seems as if one party has a vested interest in chaos. So, and chaos can be created from a remote location if you give a person access to you. And so Al has access to them. He has an agenda. He's executing his agenda. And it, of course, it only benefits his agenda for you guys to have that stance of why can't we all get along? Not to discredit your argument, but that's what he wants you to do because he's a shiesty sissy, allegedly.
Yeah, but I do think he knows that he don't have.
Does he have
I
friends?
don't know.
Does he actually have real friends?
I can't speak to that.
People. We're just talking about, we don't even have to get into their personal lives. We can talk about merely what's presented, so that way we're not being shady. We're just talking about a hot topic, so no one can say we're trying to attack them personally, especially with somebody that had 4 lawyers on their live before. Girl, I ain't trying it.
I will say this.
Gauntlets have been thrown down. I'm not testing that. But I will talk about the dynamics of the situation they have put in front of us in the public forum.
Yeah, Al, if you're listening,
we will comment on what they have given.
Yes.
I will say for Al's point, it's probably been a rough week. It's probably been a rough week. I don't know if that don't speak on.
We can take it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the expectation of that don't speak on my ex-wife thing. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they prep the guests. I don't know. I don't.
Does Star Jones give a fuck?
No.
Supposedly she's the one that sent the cease and desist.
She's got better things going on. Star Jones is so above the fray and so rich. She's doing divorce court now. She doesn't care. Quiet and
you don't think that she's the one that sent this? You don't think that she's the one that sent the cease and desist?
No, she didn't.
Because
she didn't send no cease and desist.
I think she might have sent something at the beginning of the show. Now, I don't know. Maybe because Lou Nell brought something up. But still, I feel like...
If she did, it was only at the behest.
At this day and age, it's like, one, the marriage is so damn old. I don't know why people bringing it up anymore. Anyway, it's like...
Because that's how you Google Al. Because that's how you Google Al. That's how you
pussy pop.
You have to give someone of a certain age a reference point to who Al is.
Mm-hmm.
You bring that depending on age. I had to pull it on my husband. I was like, "Do you remember Star Jones?" He was like, "The lady from the Payless commercials." Yay.
No.
We take it back. Girl, that was when Oprah was singing, and I'ma run on. See what the end will be. I got a new...
I want to disagree.
That was those years.
That's where I remember Star Jones.
But my husband was a certain age that he was 89, early 90s baby. He didn't care about who was on when she came up. He didn't care
Yeah.
about the view or whatnot, but when she got those endorsements and her face was on TV in between, okay, yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel good to pay less?
Yes, it did. Yes, 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 it did. Yes, it did. Doing your first runway catwalk stroll straight to the
I
mirror.
mean, Mary J. Blige had to be in Burger King once or twice, so
That was
If
years later.
this was before that.
Ooh, so far
Really?
before.
I must have
Mary
been
This
would
was
have gotten
watching
away
before
with
that.
it. If Mary had done it then, she would have gotten away with it because that's when all the Biffers was belting for
We
burgers.
would have been quite more forgiving and understanding of the crispy
Chicken, because that's
fresh
when
lettuce.
Aretha and Patty
I
had
think
burger
that
commercials.
aired in this
Wake up,
city
wake up,
that
wake
I
up,
think 2
McDonald's. We
times.
got everything under the sun. We
It
got
aired
new
2
cheese.
times, and then we ran that commercial.
That was right when media takeout was just. That's right when the blogs and the internet and Twitter.
Oh God, when it was good.
Clowned. Oh, we clowned her, and then she sang in front of Hillary Clinton. Jesus Christ! And Billy Porter gonna kiss Biden's hand. Oh Lord.
Like a true Uncle Tom, like from Whips.
You know, when I lived in City Island, I used to feed the raccoons pizza crust to keep them out of the garbage.
But raccoons
Oh,
are
God.
actually cute little creatures.
That's why I fed them pizza crust to keep them out of the garbage.
Oh Lord.
Billy
Someone
Porter
needs to
does
get
not
him a
give me
crust.
cute.
Oh Lord.
Did you see
Oh,
that
Lord.
photo of him showing
Yes,
his
the
whole print?
logo.
Oh.
When
Hey, I remember
Rosie
those days
O'Donnell
with
was doing
Payless.
Kmart commercials. When Rosie O'Donnell was Rosie O'Donnell.
When
Yeah.
when she was happy, it's when she got that haircut. I remember when Rosie was
When
a
she
doll.
turned into an angry bird.
You could
Angry
hug
bird.
the doll and say dreams come true with Rosie. I watched that
Yes.
show every afternoon.
Yes. Happy Rosie was rich. Happy Rosie was everything.
Happy-
She had the show, the magazine, the tours.
But you know what? But she got the but the 90s comedian girls, they're just not happy. Like the same thing that
Monica's happy.
literally Rosie crawled so Ellen could run and implode in the exact same, basically, in the exact same. It's the 90s girls. They're not happy. Like they want to.
Real quick, what did Forrest Rocks call her one time? It was like pork puss or something. She had it on her Instagram.
I think I was the one that called Meghan McCain Rosie O'Donnell pork puss. That was my Instagram. That
was like a slice of like.
Do you remember when she was in Harriet the Spy? When she was the spunky lady in Harriet the Spy?
Yeah,
and she wore the little hats and her trench coats.
And now she's today. Poor little.
I mean, she got even look at what the View used to be.
They need to cancel that. Like, I don't see the value of the View.
No, they cannot cancel that because our brothers and sisters in the healthcare community need something to put on the television.
They can watch my show.
Don't make the CNA. No, for the ones that still need to hold the remote for their sense of control. Don't take that. Don't take that away from them.
No, I
Don't
need
take
the
that.
They'll survive. I'm taking it. But on
I
that
receive
note,
it.
I want to thank you all so much for joining me in this vigorous and rigorous conversation about possibly fumbling $250,000 and what we would do.
I would be sick if I ever did that. But thank you, Alex.
Lord. All right. Thank y'all for joining me.
Good night,